Hello and welcome back to another episode of Beyond NSU. I'm your host, Chloe Ryan, and today I have the honor to be here with Mr. Kyle Selby, a class of 2021 graduate
Yes.
of NSU. How are you
Yes.
doing, Kyle?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. So, Kyle, we had talked before this. You had told me you're from Chesapeake.
Yes, Chesapeake, Virginia.
All right. And you're not a typical NSU student. You're a transfer, like
Yes,
me.
yes, I am.
So where did you transfer from?
Elizabeth City State and out of North Carolina.
Okay. So what made you transfer from
Well-
Elizabeth City to NSU?
Well, my freshman year, that first semester, out-of-state tuition kind of was like too high, and I couldn't afford it. Like I barely got that. Like afforded it that first semester, so that second semester, I was like, I gotta transfer. My parents was like, you gotta find somewhere like closer. Like it's not gonna work here. So looked around. I actually had a friend who graduated from here. He was like, give NSU a chance. Just check it out. You see, it's not what you think. It's not what the outside makes it believe to be. So I said, all right. I gave it a tour, and like walking around the tour, I was like, I like it here. Like I feel okay. Like I feel comfortable. I feel at home here. So I made this step and came here.
So the transition was smooth,
Yes, it was.
especially going from HBCU to
HBCU,
HBCU.
yeah, I came around. So I'm still with my own kind of people. I can vibe and everything.
All right, and you studied mass comm,
Yes, mass communication.
general broadcast.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and why mass comm?
Because the funny part about that, originally it wasn't going to be mass comm. Originally, I was going to go to school for culinary arts, and I got accepted into Johnson & Wales, like the top school, like in America for cooking. And I was going to go there until I saw tuition. Again, another like factor. So I was like, got to make a career change real quick. I was like, I want to talk about sports. I like sports. I can see myself on camera talking about it, doing it. So I said, doing research, some mass comm. This is where I'm gonna go at.
Okay, before we talk more about the mass comm route, you said culinary, so you
Yes.
could cook.
Yes, it's one of my hidden talents.
Okay, what's your favorite thing to cook?
My favorite thing, I think like over the past year, it's been like stuffed chicken.
Stuffed chicken.
So like I'll like put it in the oven. And I'll make like different kind of stuff. It's like stuff inside of it, like spinach artichoke dip or like a cheese sauce or like something else. So like yeah.
You're fancy.
Yeah.
Do you participate during Thanksgiving in cooking?
Yes. Yeah, I'm actually hungry right now thinking about like.
I hear it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, so my mom be like, you cooking? I'll be like, I guess so since you're asking me. I'm like, yeah. So whenever they want me, I'll cook.
Okay. So back to mass comm.
Yes.
So what were you involved in while you were here at NSU?
So basically, like how you are here, like behind the camera, out doing different things for like activity hour, like homecoming, like all that stuff. That was me. I was in you all's shoes at my time here. Like I made sure, I'm gonna be involved. So like when I do leave, I'm prepared. Like I've experienced, I've had the tools with me. So yeah.
And you had mentioned sports. So were you involved in sports stuff while here?
Yes, ma'am. So my time here, I worked for the school, like doing like the basketball games and football games. So I was one of the camera operators then.
Okay, cool. I've been a camera operator for the football game, and I've helped with the basketball game. The football game was tough. Holding the camera on the field was tough.
Oh, so y'all hold the camera now. So.
Well, I think it was one game that we held the camera, but man, oh my gosh. Which do you prefer filming, basketball or football?
Basketball. I like basketball more, so that's I cater more to that. So.
Okay. So you were involved in basically general production stuff here.
Yes, ma'am. Like whatever like we was doing here in the studio, go ahead and I was there.
Okay. And how did you balance this while also doing mass comm? Well, I mean, it kind of coincides, but having a social life and studying patterns and doing this. So
it was kind of difficult, but once I found like a good in between ground, was like, all right, I'm working on my craft and I enjoy this, so it's like I can actually make time and like good amount of time to this. Whereas like I can still balance it with my actual regular life, like going to the gym, like make it look like studying when I have a healthy lifestyle. So it's tough at first, but once you find like that in between area, it's real easy.
Okay. So now you work at.
Yes, I'm at 13 News now.
All right. So how did that opportunity present itself?
Well, I was a school photographer at Life Touch, and Latif gave me a call one day. He's like, hey, one of my former students is hiring for photojournalists. Like, he's like, are you interested? Can I shoot your name out there? I was like, yes, sure, yeah. That's in the field. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So he's like, I'm going to give him a call. Send him an email, send him your resume, tell him who you are, introduce yourself. I can go for there. So that day, I sent it, but it didn't get sent. So Latif called me. He's like, hey, he's like, did you send him your stuff? I said, yeah, let me resend it. So I resent it, got it out to him. And then his former student called me. Like, he's like, all right, we're going to put your application due. We're going to reach out to you just to let you know how progress goes. And I'm at a school like one day shooting kindergarten, like for like their school pictures. I had like a quick break, so I got a call from him. He's like, hey, he's like, we love you, we love your interview. Like we're gonna bring you in. He's like, how soon can you start? I said, now. I said, I even though I'm here now, like start me now as soon as I can. So after I got the phone, I'm excited, jumping up and down. The kindergarten's looking at me like, what's going on? I said, sorry, I had some business, just got some good news. So yeah, that's how I got into that.
So you started right after graduation, or you started while you were still here?
I was actually still here. I was finishing like my last classes, like trying to hurry and complete it. And upon getting hired, they was like, yeah, HR sent a hiccup with your application. They was like, it's like, did you graduate? I was like, funny story about that. No, I didn't graduate. I finished in December, and then I'm good. It's like, okay, so you're finishing. So all right, we're good to go then. Because in news, you actually have to have a degree in every respective field to actually start working there. So like, all right, you're capable and like you're competent in what you're doing.
Okay. All right. So what you do now at 13 News now is?
So as a photojournalist, I'm the one operating the big cameras on your shoulder. So a day-to-day for me is I'll come into work around, like, depending on my schedule, 9 if I'm dayside, 9 to 6. We'll have our meeting 9:30. We'll get assigned like our story, and like we'll go out, and I'm getting video of like what's around, what's around or what's related to like making to like a package. So
okay,
it's like, well, I get video, we'll do our interviews, have the reporters write their script. I'll make the video to match the script and match our story, and like a deadline. So if we're live at 4, usually we'll have the script done like 2:45, 3. I'm editing like right then, like on the laptop, like to like get it like done before then.
Okay, so you're making the package.
Yes.
You make the packages personally.
Yes, what you see on air that's me making it.
Okay, I see you.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So what else do you do when it comes to shooting the videos? So what typically do you shoot for specific stories?
It depends.
It depends.
What's in our area? Because sometimes stories don't have much, but you have to make something out of nothing. So if that's shooting cars coming by, to like, it's like an intro, like, or just like have an ambiance noise, something like that, or flowers, like people walking the distance, like anything to like connect it and bring you there.
Okay, so you have a creative eye for that.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Do you have a favorite story that you've shot?
Actually, yes. So my favorite story is the story I got to go by myself and solo with. So
cool.
Like as a photographer, it's a little bit different for us because we don't have to write our own script. So how we do it is, if it's just us solo, we call it a nat package. So it's like natural sound making the package. So we ask the questions, we do the interviews, but your interviews, like what you picked for your sound, is your script.
Okay.
So like the one I did, I was at I went to the kennel. So like, and like the problem was they was overcrowded. So I interviewed one of the workers there and have it tell them like, what, like why it's overcrowding, what's leading into it, like how ways people can help. So I'm like doing all that by myself. I'm shooting it, putting it together, making like flow and whatnot, bringing you there. So like,
cool.
I'm not saying one word. It's the sound. There sounds like the interviews, and then sounds I got from there. So I got like throughout the whole thing. It's like I got dog noises going throughout it. So it's like, as you're there, it's like, I can feel like I'm there because I can hear sounds of animals. I see animals. It's like, okay, I'm there. I get it. And
okay, so your job, you make stories more vivid, is what it seems like.
My job is to bring the audience there. Can they feel the story and relate to it and put themselves there?
Okay, so what's next for you?
Next,
do you want to be at 13 forever?
Nah, news. I have enjoyed my time in news and it's prepared me well for my next step wherever I go. But my next step, I actually do want to get in sports.
Okay.
So I've been looking at Phoenix, try to work with like the Phoenix Suns and trying to work my way to the NBA eventually and try to get my foot in the door there.
All right. And what steps are you taking to get there?
So
other than working at 13,
I've reached out like on LinkedIn. I've reached out to a lot of professionals in the industry. Like I go to like a bunch of like forums. I attend stuff. I do research. I go on YouTube to further my skills. So like I do photography as well, and I've been like recently on YouTube, like going to learning Photoshop to like better sharpen my skills, add to my my repertoire. Like say I can do this and this and this, and like if you need somebody to do the extra mile, do something, I can be that guy.
Okay. That's dope. Well, when you get that son's job, because we're speaking that into existence, I'm gonna need you to come back so we could talk more.
Of course, I always love talking back like to students, tell them like what do you need to do, like how you can get here, like stuff they can do to be where I'm at.
Awesome. Yes, we need you to come back because unfortunately, we have run out of time. I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to thank Kyle for being here with us today. And we'll see you next time. I'm your host, Chloe Ryan.